So because we decided to save some money in my household and get rid of our huge, expansive files package, I don't have the AMC channel. So I had to wait till today to view the show. It's now about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, I woke up, it was a sunny day, relatively warm, a nice day, a day full of potential. And what did I decide to do? I decided to watch The Walking Dead. I also decided that it would be okay to eat breakfast while watching the show. What did I have for breakfast? Scrambled eggs. Yeah, after that episode was over, it wasn't just the eggs that were scrambled. There were a couple of brains and my stomach as well. Amalgam Comics here in Philly held a viewing party for the season ender a few months ago where they rented a big projector screen. They also had a viewing last night, and I'm kind of glad I couldn't make it because I really wouldn't have wanted to see all that on a big screen. Remember how pissed we all were when the last episode faded to black and we didn't know who had been killed? That seems kind of quaint now, doesn't it? But hey, honestly, despite being difficult to watch, it was an excellent episode. It did what it intended to do. Make viewers feel a certain way about this motherfucker right here. But I can't help but feel this show has crossed the line with the violence, especially given that the show aired at 9 p.m. The show has become almost a test of endurance, and I think I'm up for it, but I'm not sure. I honestly thought it couldn't get any more gruesome than the season 5 opener, I think it was season 5, when they were bashing heads in with bats and slitting throats at Terminus, if you remember that opening scene. I mean, watching this on a weekly basis can't be good, right? I need another Xanax just thinking about it. Got my blood pressure going up all high. Right, so Abraham and Glenn dead, killed, smashed in. Which means the show has taken it farther than the comic book where only Glenn was killed. Abraham had been killed off a while ago in the book. He actually got the arrow through the back of the head and the eye, like the doctor did, I think, last season. But here's my question. Why the need to kill off 2 characters? I can only think of cynical reasons why they would do that. The first one, budgetary reasons, cutting salaries of 2 cast members to save money. Or they were just rubbing the comic book fans' noses in it, putting those of us in our place who were so sure that only one person was going to be killed, like in the book. Now, we didn't necessarily think it was going to be Glenn, but I think most of us were pretty assured that only one person was going to go out. Maybe I'm wrong. At least that's what I thought. If so, I think that's why they killed Abraham first, as if to say, F you, Walking Dead readers. We've got the balls big enough to kill off 2 people. I think either reason is a lame and cynical motivation to take both characters out in one episode. But it wasn't over yet. Soon as Negan dragged Rick into the camper with that axe, I'm like, no, I can't take this. I had to reach for the remote and shuttle forward just to see what was going to happen, because my heart couldn't have taken the shock of seeing Rick's hand get chopped off. So I had to shuttle that stuff forward, and when I saw that wasn't going to happen, I went back and played it in real time. But even after that, then they play around with the possibility of chopping off Carl's arm. I can't think of a more evil way to break down a father by making him hurt his own son. And when Carl said, Dad, just do it, as a father, yeah, look, the faucet was turned on. I'm not going to lie. That was just wrong. It wasn't necessary. Like Michonne said, we get it. You don't have to do this. Please stop. Producers, we get it. The book didn't go that far. Why are you doing this? Having said that, I'm going to play devil's advocate now. So after watching the show, I turned on all of my devices, my laptop, my computer, my cell phone, and I opened up Twitter and Facebook, and some people, particularly on Twitter, are saying they're done with the show. They're erasing it off their DVR. A writer for Variety magazine claims in the byline that the producers hate their audience. Well, I have to give the producers some respect because they clearly have decided not to sugarcoat the zombie apocalypse. Watching the news during this election cycle in real life alone and seeing the Middle East in turmoil has shown us that if it were to pop off, no doubt in my mind it could actually go down like this. What was the name of that movie a few years ago? There Will Be Blood? Yeah, I have a feeling the show still hasn't taken it as far as it could actually go. One can say they are trying to show us realistically what human beings could be capable of and how difficult it would be to maintain one's humanity in the face of all of this stuff happening in this new apocalyptic world. Now, with the Carl thing, at first I was thinking, why would a guy who bashed in 2 skulls suddenly get soft and not follow through with his threat to Carl? That is, why did Negan not make Rick follow through with that threat? Because Negan knew killing Carl or having Rick chop off his arm would make Rick go totally insane, forcing him to kill Rick and everyone else, and then Negan would have lost all that free labor. So again, while it was kind of sick for the producers to push the gore even past what the comic book did, it did serve a purpose. A sublime moment was the scene where Rick and crew drive off afterwards, and Rick looks in the rearview mirror and sees a lone zombie approaching out of the woods. The zombie shambles forward after the camper, then just drops to his knees, one single zombie. That was a perfect metaphor saying that, Rick, you got more problems on your hands than zombies now. You wish you only had zombies to deal with. And honestly, I forgot it was a show about zombies where the zombies are the threat. The camera then stays on a tight shot of Rick's eyes before it goes to black, as it does throughout moments of the show. And we're left to think, is that resolve that's in Rick's eyes, resolve for revenge, to come back at Negan, or is that complete defeat? Is Rick a broken man now? Very well done. Unfortunately, there were moments that were just flat out uncalled for and grossly cynical. The quick shots of everyone else getting their heads bashed in was totally, I thought, uncalled for. But even more disgusting than that was the shot of all the crew at the dinner table outside, eating, I guess it was Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. Listen, if you want me to commit to the intense gore and follow the show, continue to follow the show, then producers, you have to commit to it. Don't try to appease me or make yourselves feel better by giving us a shot that cries out, yeah, we pushed too far tonight, but we're still not bad people. We're good people. We have sentiment. Here's some sentiment for you. It's okay to be sad after what we put you through. No, it's not going like that. So even though I think the show pushed the envelope a bit far last night, I'm going to give it 3.5 reels. I would have gone for 4 reels, but for the fact that this show should have come on at 10 p.m., not 9 p.m., given the level of gore, and for the fact that the producers try to have it both ways by adding that ridiculously cynical shot at the end, and by showing us those shots of all of our characters getting their heads bashed in when it was just like a dream sequence or whatever. Not necessary. Before I go, I would love for all of you to leave your thoughts in the comments section. I want to ask you, which opener did you find more disturbing? The season 5 opener where we see on TV throats getting slashed and people are bleeding out, or did you find this opening more disturbing? Leave your comments. I'm interested to see what you think. I'm kind of torn. I want to say that this was a little bit more disturbing. Last night was more disturbing, but let me know what you think. And that's the martini. My sugar can't take this shit now.